I have a lot of friends that would come up here and say, well, there's not much to do, and which is always funny to me because there's everything to do. I'd come up here for a few years doing some work, and when I got married, my wife and I, we had to kind of find the idea of home together. In our search for that, we found it here in the Bitterroot Valley. Clearly, the first thing you think when you think of Montana is mountains and rivers, farming. You know, here it's all about being in nature. And I'd say the through line is people who work hard for a living. When you just want to focus on life and paying attention to the things that really, really matter, this place is perfect for that. The glue that brings everybody together is everybody's love of community, which is something that's really strong in these smaller towns. People work their own land. People rely on each other.
A lot of the folks that come here want to embrace this way of life. I mean, that's why they're here. It's beautiful. We got a little bit of everything here. We grow corn, alfalfa, hay. We also have pasture lands. There's a lot of wildlife. We're constantly moving cattle to different pastures and riding through them. We try to look at every group of cows 1 to 2 times a week for health. It's a love for the way of life. We dress in layers. When we get up in the morning, usually it's sweatshirts, vests in the summertime. By the end of the day, you're down to a button-up shirt. It's Montana. I think the old saying is, if you don't like the weather, wait 10 minutes.
Llevo 5 años trabajando aquí. Es un estado muy bonito, hay mucha naturaleza y todo. Pues todos los días me levanto a las 5 de la mañana y ya termino como a las 6, 7 de la noche cuando hay mucho trabajo.
You know, if I had to describe this way of life, I think we're trying to do it like the olden days, but with a little bit of a modern twist to it. It's a lot of work, to say the least.
We kind of just mindlessly go through our day sometimes, not thinking about the hard work that goes into putting food on your plate. And when you live in a place like this, it's in your face all the time. You see the people out there doing it, and without those people and without their hard work, the rest of us wouldn't be able to eat, And so I have a lot of respect for that way of life.
Preserving this land is huge to us. We take a drive and we see the deer, the elk. It's beautiful, all the wildlife. It'll be awesome to have this one chunk of land stay the same and hopefully have our children and our children's children grow up on this piece of land.
80 miles an hour, don't slow down, you're like... My family actually homesteaded here. So that's why there was a lot of sentimental value being able to buy this place when we did.
In our community, there's this reverence for multi-generational working farms and ranches, and we value their sacrifices, and we value their lifestyle, and we, become a part of it because of the way that we support it.
The land trust played a big part in us getting to move forward with this and live out our dream and hopefully give our kids the opportunity to continue this.
That is the majority of our projects, is working through a tool called conservation easement, where it's an agreement between the Bitterroot Land Trust and the private landowner and protects the conservation values on their individual property.
My plan is to raise a family here, and my son will be second generation, but I did not grow up here, and I'm very proud to say that my kid will. You meet people in the little local mom and pop restaurant, you know, and they say, hey, I live 4 houses down from you, and you strike up a conversation, and next thing you know, you're grilling out next weekend. And it's just been such a really refreshing way to get to know people.
Whether you were born here, lived here, your family's lived here for generations, there's something about this place that draws you in, and you kind of know that this is the place that you want to be. This is about the next generation of farmers and ranchers here in the Bitterroot.
You know, as I've lived here longer, that it tends to grow more and more that I just can't think of a better place to grow up than a place like this.
If we don't start preserving some of this land, it's not going to be there. And the reasons we either live here or moved here, it's going to go away.
Oh gosh, it would be amazing to see, you know, this 20 years from now, you know, still working the same as it is, or better.
The whole point here is that they don't want it to change. And it's so inspiring every single day. I think the building blocks of life here are kind of unbeatable, you know, and there's not a lot of places like that.